Together with Pierre Soulages, Georges Mathieu and Hans Hartung, Gérard Schneider was a pioneer of lyrical abstraction. This movement aimed to translate pure emotion into painting. He was born in 1896 in Sainte-Croix, Switzerland, and he grew up surrounded by art. His father was a cabinet maker and antique dealer. When Schneider arrived in Paris at the age of 20, he trained under Fernand Cormon, who also taught great masters of modern painting, such as Vincent van Gogh and Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec. Yet, Schneider distanced himself from figurative painting in favor of abstraction after he met the Surrealists in 1937. From the mid-40s onwards, the lyrical abstractionists exhibited in Paris, then in Europe and in the United States. When New York dealer Samuel Coates, who was already promoting Pierre Soulages, announced Schneider's representation in 1955, the artist exhibited across several continents and was honored with major institutional retrospectives, as well as multiple participations in the Venice and Sao Paulo biennials. Before the outbreak of the Second World War, Gérard Schneider used to work as a restorer, and he would continue studying painting as well as music. However, during the 40s, his research on the pictorial medium took a whole different turn and grew ever more imaginative. It refused any reference to the tangible world and evoked music instead. That's why in 1945-46 he started calling his paintings opus, the term composers used to categorize their work in chronological order. While he sees the revolutionary potential of photography and cubism, the influences he had never ceased to claim were actually the old masters like Titian, but also some of the most prominent 19th century artists such as Eugène Delacroix, Paul Cézanne and Francisco Goya. He greatly admired Vasily Kandinsky and was deeply inspired both by his work and by his theories, notably at the beginning of his career. His early abstract works feature sharply defined forms, often outlined in black. He was one of the first to use this color with such emphasis. During the early 50s, Schneider developed a gestural expression where shapes and colors burst with emotion, passion, force. It's a sort of modern romanticism ruled by immediacy. Gesture set him free from the constraint of visual painting, and it allowed him to simplify the creative act without denying its capacity to convey meaning. It's the purest form of abstraction. However, he had never meant to break with the past. As a matter of fact, his work follows on from his classic education while introducing some pioneering elements in Western painting, like the calligraphic quality of his trade. This particular aspect drew the attention of Japanese art critics, who would often invite him to exhibit in their country. According to them, Schneider conquered the very essence of calligraphy without being a calligrapher. Throughout the 60s and the 70s, Schneider's style underwent some major changes: a more extensive use of color, greater freedom in composition, and a higher degree of purity in his gesture. His production is marked by an unprecedented strength, balance, and movement. While he would initially see form, gesture, and color as three separate elements, in Schneider's late production, color encompasses the role of each of them in that it composes the pictorial space itself. At the beginning of the 80s, Schneider's energy required a speed of execution that only paper seemed to allow, so large paintings became rare. In his view, works on paper had never been preparatory. On the contrary, they were compositions in their own right. It's on the fertile ground of this medium that his latest research unfolds, resulting in a series of brilliantly executed works given off powerful brightness. This way, Schneider overturned the classical system where painting ranks first and works on paper returned to the heart of the artistic debate.